Hello, let's start today, guys. Lesson 9, page 107. Okay, let's repeat the new content. A mate, to tickle, ticklish, worthy, a wage, a salary, part-time, full-time, 24/7, a gap year, industrial, a payroll, to move in, to move out, to let yourself go, to be worth, a deadline, an engineer. Okay, guys, let's start with the word a mate. A mate, guys, it has actually one main meaning, but it has two different slangs in England and in the USA. Okay, so a mate, by definition, is the partner of an animal. Okay, so if you have a dog who is a male and a dog who is a female and they have babies, they are mates. Okay, okay. In the United States, we can say that a mate is a friend. Okay, oh, my mate, and so on. That's where the word, for example, the word roommate comes from. It's the friend that lives with us in the same room, roommate. Okay, but in England, mate is an informal way, okay, to refer or to address to a person, especially when we're talking to a man. For example, oh, mate, come on, let's do this, etc. Okay? So, to talk to someone, especially if it's a man, we can call them mate. Okay? It's like in the United States they use dude a lot. Okay? Or brother, bro. Okay? So, in England they use mate for this, to address to somebody, especially if that somebody is a man. To tickle. Guys, to tickle is a verb and it means to touch somebody, okay, in order to make them laugh, okay? Normally children like that. We tickle children and they laugh, okay? Ticklish is something that causes tickle, okay? Causes the tickling, so it's ticklish. Worthy is something, is an adjective that we use to say that something deserves our, something or somebody deserves our respect, okay? A wage and a salary. Okay, you have learned a salary in book 4, okay? A salary and a wage are the same thing. It's the money that we earn when we work, okay? The difference is that a salary we receive every month, okay? And a wage we normally receive per week or even per day or per hour, okay? For example, for waiters, it's very common for them to receive wages, especially because they don't work, they only work during the weekends. So they work the weekend and they receive their wage the next day, okay? Part-time, full-time. Okay, a full-time job, this is our two adjectives that are applied to jobs, especially to jobs, okay? So, full-time is exactly what it looks like when you work all day at the same place. It's a full-time job, like mine. I stay here all day, so I have a full-time job as a teacher. But in other professions, or even in other countries, it's possible to have part-time jobs. So that you work only a few hours a day. In some places it's possible to have 3 different part-time jobs. Okay, because you work like 3 hours in each job. Okay, or some jobs are during the week and other jobs are only for the weekend. So this is called a part-time job. 24/7, and we read it like this, guys. 24/7 all together, 24/7. Is also an adjective that we use to refer to places that never close, okay? Like the small shops in petrol stations, okay? They are normally 24/7. They never close. They work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So 24/7. Cool? A gap year. Guys, a gap year is normally a year that happens to young people when they finish high school. Actually, it's a year that they decide to not study, okay? They may choose to work or to travel or to do something else, okay? Between high school and university, okay? They take this year to decide what they're going to do in university. Industrial is just like Portuguese. A payroll is a list of employees in a company that receive a salary or a wage, okay? It's a payroll, a list of people that work for the company, employees, okay, that receive a salary or a wage. To move in, to move out. Guys, we use this verb to say that we are moving houses, for example. Let's suppose that I live in a house and I want to live in an apartment, okay? When I finally manage to do that, I can say, oh, I'm moving out the apartment and moving into the house, okay? To move in, to move out. To let yourself go means to allow yourself to do something, okay? Normally something that you either think it's not quite right, or when you feel uncomfortable doing that, okay, we can use that. No, let yourself go, enjoy, okay? To be worth is to have a good value, okay? And worth is a particular value, okay? A deadline is a date or a time before which you have to deliver your projects or reports that your boss has asked you, okay? Or the homework that the teacher has asked you. Okay, this is a deadline. And an engineer is a profession. This word is similar to Portuguese. An engineer, a civil engineer, is a person that builds things, from buildings to bridges and everything. Roads. We always need an engineer to build this kind of things, okay? But there are other types of engineer, as you must know. For example, mechanical engineer, electrical engineer, okay? Very good. We have a new idiom here, people. Tickled pink. Tickled pink. When something is pleased or when something amuses you, okay? To be pleased or amused. Tickled pink. And a proverb. The early bird gets or catches the worm. The early bird gets the worm. Okay? So, what does it mean? The person who arrives or the person who acts first is the one who is going to be successful. Okay? So, let's repeat. Her classmate asked if she was going to have a gap year before university. Part-time work is more common among those with young children. She had worked 24/7 on the project without any help from her colleague. The students had planned their history presentation about the Industrial Revolution before the deadline. Paul's housemate had finally found full-time work in the food industry. The book was about how not to let yourself go when you are older. She She was tickled pink by the extraordinary speech her boss had given. Let's practice. If you could have a gap year, where would you go? And what would you do? And why? Okay guys, this question I wanted to answer on my WhatsApp, on the private, okay? Today, okay, I'm waiting for your answer. Does a factory worker normally receive a wage or a salary in the UK? A factory worker normally receives a wage because in the UK they work by the hour. What industry do engineers normally work in? Engineers normally work in, send it on my WhatsApp, okay? I want all the possibilities. Cool? Make a research. Do you think that the early bird gets the worms a true expression if you want to succeed in life? Yes, I think that the early bird gets the worms a true expression if you want to succeed in life. What American TV series about a group of friends, some of whom are housemates? The American TV series which is about a group of friends, some of whom are housemates, is called Friends. Is it common for middle-aged men to let themselves go? Yes, it's common for middle-aged men to let themselves go. Does your father work full-time or part-time, and what is his profession? My father works full-time and he doesn't work anymore. So you send me this answer on my private number on WhatsApp, okay? Not in the group, guys, please. Because my father, he's already retired, remember? He has worked for more than 40 something years, and now he receives money, but he doesn't work. Actually, he does work, but he's officially retired, okay? Have you ever met any work colleagues who were also friends? Yes, I have met some work colleagues who were also friends. What was the minimum wage per hour in the USA in 2018? The minimum wage per hour in the USA in 2018 was $7.25. What is a payroll? A payroll is a list of the people employed by a company, showing how much each one earns, or the total amount of money paid to the people employed by a company. Are teenagers by far the most common group of people who have a gap year? Yes, teenagers are by far the most common group of people who have a gap year. Give me an example of a job that requires a person to work almost 24/7. A job that requires a person to work almost 24/7 is a mother. I'm kidding, guys. A doctor, okay, a nurse. These people work a lot. What did Hannah decide to do? Hannah decided to move out of her rented apartment in London because she is going on a gap year. What type of movie tickled the public pink at Christmas? The type of movie that tickled the public pink at Christmas was a comedy about Father Christmas. How old do you think a person should be when they move out of their parents' house? I think a person should be 20 years old when they move out of their parents' house. example of an activity where people can relax and let themselves go. Yes, yoga is an example of an activity where people can relax and let themselves go. Is the teacher worthy of your attention? Yes, the teacher is worthy of my attention. Give me an example of a company that you think has a big payroll. An example of a company I think that has a big payroll is Embraer, Coca-Cola, Petrobras, Shell, okay? What did Pamela's flatmate do? Pamela's flatmate bought her a present and made her dinner to say sorry for what she had said last night. Is it learning another language worth all the effort? Okay guys, in this question the pronoun it, not necessary, okay? Is learning another language worth all the effort? Yes, learning another language is worth all the effort. Do you think a person who is always lying would be worthy of your respect? No, I don't think a person who is always lying would be worthy of my respect. When does Emily give the money to a worthy cause? Emily gives money yearly to a worthy cause. What is worth a visit when you go to London? The National Art Gallery is worth a visit when you go to London. Was there anything worth watching on TV last night? No, there wasn't anything worth watching on TV last night. Are many famous paintings worth a lot of money? Yes, many famous paintings are worth a lot of money. When was Claire's deadline for her homework? Claire's deadline for her homework was last week. Do journalists have to follow tight deadlines? Yes, journalists have to follow tight deadlines. What types of professions receive a salary? Professions like secretaries and bus drivers receive a salary. How much will Paul's new salary be when he becomes an engineer? Paul's new salary will be $6,500 when he becomes an engineer. Okay guys, we are over with today's new content. Okay, please don't forget to study and keep it up. Okay, see you, bye-bye.